वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी। जय यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन। यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन। यमुना तीरवनचारी। यमुना तीरवनचारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। जय यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन। यमुना तीरवनचारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे। हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे। हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे। हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे। हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे। हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे। हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Jaya Krishna Balaram, Jaya Krishna Balaram, Krishna Balaram, Jaya Vrindavan Dham. Jaya Gauranitai, 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 Jaya Gauranitai. Jaya Radha Shyam Sundar, Radha Shyam Sundar Shri Radhe. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Srila Prabhupada. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर सदहिष्ट डिवाइन ग्रेस अभय चरणारविंद भक्ति वेदांत महाराज स्वामी शिला प्रभुपाद की जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर सदहिष्ट डिवाइन ग्रेस शिला भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी महाराज शिला प्रभुपाद की अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की नामाचार्य शिला हरदास ठाकुर की प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि श्री गौर भक्तवृंद की श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की ब्रजभूमि श्री वृंदावन धाम की नवद्वीप श्री मायापुर धाम की पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र श्री जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की गंगा माई जमुना माई की सामवेद गौर भक्तवृंद की निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे. All glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories, all glories, all glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga, Gaur Hari Bol. Gurave Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Tadalaya Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaya Namo Namaha. हे श्री सनातन प्रभो करुणाम्बराशे हे रूप दुर्गत जनैक दयावलोक हे भट्टयुग्म सुमते रघुनाथ दास श्रीजीव मे कुरुत मंदमतेर्दयांतरा श्रुतस्य पुंसां शुचिराश्रमस्य नन्वञ्जसा सूरिभिरीडितोऽर्था तत्तद्गुणानुश्रवणं मुकुन्द पादारविन्दं हृदयेषु येषां नमां विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामीति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद. हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Yuvanta pravishya mamavacamimam prasuptam sanjeevayathyakhila shakti dhara svadhamna anyam shahastacharana shravana tvagadin pranamo bhagavate purushaya tubhyam hridayasya preranaya pravartito ham varakarupopi tasya hare padakamalam vande Shri Chaitanya Devasya. Hare Krishna. So today is the disappearance day of Shri Ramanujacharya. So there are 4 Vaishnava Sampradayas, and Ramanujacharya is a prominent Acharya of Sri Sampradaya. So 4 Vaishnava Sampradaya are Brahma Sampradaya, Shri Sampradaya, Rudra Sampradaya and Kumar Sampradaya. So in the Brahma Sampradaya, the prominent Acharya is Madhvacharya. And later on, the Gaudiya branch came out, in which Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the prominent. Then Shri Sampradaya, the prominent acharyas are like Yamunacharya, Ramanujacharya. And in the Rudra Sampradaya, the prominent acharya is Vishnu Swami. And the Kumar Sampradaya is led by Nimbarkacharya. So these 4 Vaishnava Sampradayas, they have their commentaries on Vedanta Sutra. So they are also Vedantists. Sometimes when people hear about the term Vedanta, generally they think of the Adi Shankaracharya, monist philosophy. But all these Vaishnavas, they also have given their commentaries on Vedanta Sutras. So Sripad Ramanujacharya is a prominent Acharya of Sri Sampradaya. So today is his disappearance day. So on such prominent days, it's very fructifying for our bhakti to hear about such great acharyas. In Srimad Bhagavatam, in the conversation between Maitreya and Vidur, there is a shloka that comes in which Vidurji says, Sutasya pumsam suchirashramasya nanvanjasa suribhiridito artha tattad gulanu shravanam mukunda padaravindam hridayeshu yesham. He says there, in order to study scriptures, a person does lot of hard work and labor. But the result of all this hard labor is to hear about those persons in whose heart the Lord Mukunda's lotus feet are personally engraved. So the result or the pinnacle or the result of reading all the scriptures is to get to hear about the devotees of the Lord, the pure devotees of the Lord. So one such devotee is Sripad Ramanujacharya. So in Sri Sampradaya there are lot of great exalted devotees who have come. So a class of devotees are called alvars. So these devotees, they were generally present at the end of the Upper Yuga and the beginning of the Kali Yuga. And after that came prominent acharyas like Sripad Yamunacharya, Sripad Ramanujacharya, Parashar Bhatt and so on. So the alvars, they were more like spontaneous devotees of the Lord. And they composed a lot of poems, poetries and songs for the pleasure of the Lord in Tamil language. Basically they are in the local Tamil language. And later all this work was collected in a book that was called Divya Prabandha. This is called like Tamil Vedanta. So it consists of the poetries of these alvars, and they were more of like spontaneous devotees. They would burst into poetry, and their associates used to write all this poetry, and later it was collected as Divya Prabandha. But after that came the series of acharyas, beginning from Yamunacharya. They were also very great devotees of the Lord, but at the same time, they took to the task of preaching the doctrine of the devotional service. They established temples, established the modes of the worship, and established the Siddhanta, wrote literature, made disciples, and they mingled into the population and spread the doctrine of the devotional service among the population at that time. So Ramanujacharya, when he was very young, he was very much inspired by Yamunacharya. Although physically Ramanujacharya never met Yamunacharya, but he accepted Yamunacharya as his spiritual master, as his Siksha Guru. He was initiated from Mahapurna, actually. His spiritual master, Ramanujacharya's spiritual master was Mahapurna, who was himself a disciple of Yamunacharya. So he took initiation from Mahapurna, and also he took Siksha from Yamunacharya and other disciples of Yamunacharya. Although physically he never met Yamunacharya. Yamunacharya has already heard about Ramanujacharya, and at one occasion he also came to his place where he was residing near, I believe, Kanchapalli. I don't remember the name of that place. Kanchipuram. Kanchipuram, okay, Kanchipuram. Ramanujacharya was standing, he used to stay near Kanchipuram, and at one occasion Yamunacharya came to that place. But at that time he was with one of the impersonalists, Yadav Prakash. So Yamunacharya did not went and met Ramanujacharya. But he understood that this Ramanuja will carry forward the legacy of the devotional service to Lord Narayan in the future. So at one point of time, when Yamunacharya became very sick, he wanted to see Ramanujacharya, and he called for him. And as soon as Ramanuja heard that Yamunacharya is very sick, he rushed towards Sri Rangam, where he was there at that time, at the final moments of his life. But as he was going, in the way only, Yamunacharya passed away. And when Ramanujacharya reached Sri Rangam, he saw that the entire city of Sri Rangam was crying. All the people of the Sri Rangam, they were crying, and all the disciples of Yamunacharya, they were filled with so much of regret and so much of sorrow on the death of, on the passing away of Yamunacharya. So he saw that Yamunacharya was lying on the shores of the river Kaveri. And everybody was looking at Ramanujacharya because they expected him to be the next Acharya. Meanwhile, Ramanujacharya, he saw a peculiar thing which no one noticed at that time. He saw that as Yamunacharya was lying on the banks of river Kaveri, his 3 fingers were clenched very tightly. So he asked the nearby associates that did Yamunacharya had this habit of clenching his 3 fingers? They said, no, this was never the case. Then he meditated for some time and then spoke that actually Yamunacharya, although he performed a lot of accomplishments in his life, but he has 3 desires that are left unfulfilled. So his first desire is that he wanted me to travel through the entire Bharatvarsh and preach the doctrine of devotional service unto Lord Narayan. So as soon as Ramanujacharya said this, one finger that was clenched, one of the 3 fingers that was clenched, it opened and became straight. So everybody was shocked. Ramanujacharya continued, I will write a commentary on Vedanta Sutra, defeating the Mayavad philosophy and establishing the devotional service unto Lord Narayan as the Supreme. As he said this, the second finger opened, and everybody was surprised. And then he continued, in the honor of the Parashar Muni, who wrote Vishnu Puran, I will name one of my disciples as Parashar. And as he said, all the 3 fingers, the 3rd finger also opened. And that everyone understood that Ramanujacharya has understood the heart, the mission, and the unfulfilled desires of Yamunacharya. And everybody proclaimed, yes, he should be the next Acharya, he should be next Acharya. But Ramanuja, he was very shy and he left that place. He did not even go to visit the temple of Lord Ranganath. He left that place, and after that, after considerable amount of time, that all the other disciples of Yamunacharya, they were pleading to Ramanujacharya that please come and accept the seat of Acharya. So in order to do the service in a very humble mood, he accepted that position of the Acharya and he became Ramanujacharya from that time. And while in the Sri Rangam, he established the systems there, the systems of deity worship, and most of the very prominent thing that Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took from Sri Sampradaya is the service towards Vaishnavas. So Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took the prominent teachings of all the 4 Sampradaya. From the Sri Sampradaya, he took service towards the Vaishnavas and unalloyed devotional service unto the Lord Narayan. So Ramanujacharya, he lived by this principle, service towards the Vaishnavas. He showed it by his own example. He preached it to all his disciples. So at one occasion, one Brahmana, he came to Sri Rangam and he fell at the feet of Ramanujacharya and asked him for some service. He said, I have dedicated my life for the service of your lotus feet. I want to purify my existence. Please give me some service. Ramanujacharya said, yes, I also want to get purified, and I have heard that the foot wash of the Brahmana is very pure. So your service from now on is that every day without fail you should come and give me your foot wash. Now this Brahmana was so pure and simple. He was thinking that I have dedicated my entire life to my spiritual master, and this is the service he wants me to do. So although he knew that that if you put your foot on some superior Vaishnava, then it is a great offense and one may go to hell for that. But he didn't consider heaven or hell, and he just wanted to fulfill the order of his spiritual master. So without fail, every day in afternoon he used to come when Ramanujacharya used to take lunch, and after taking lunch he used to give his foot wash to Ramanujacharya, and Ramanujacharya very faithfully used to take that water and sprinkle it on his head. Every day this routine was going on, and one fine day Ramanujacharya, he was invited by one of his disciples to his home for prasad. So he went for prasad, and there some philosophical discourse started. Ramanujacharya started giving lecture on Vedanta and Vaishnava Siddhanta, Vaishnava philosophy, and everybody got so much busy, engrossed in that lecture that was going on. And after that there was question answers, and none of them kept the track of time, and it became night. It became late night, and as Ramanujacharya came back in the ashram, everybody was sleeping. But at the gate, Ramanujacharya saw that same Brahmana who he was waiting the whole day for Ramanujacharya with his foot wash. So he made it a regulation for himself that unless he gave that foot wash to Ramanujacharya, he did not used to eat anything without doing that service. So when Ramanujacharya asked that, what are you doing here at the dead of the night? He said, it is my service to give my foot wash to you, but you did not come the whole day. So I am waiting for you to give you my foot wash. And Ramanujacharya saw the simplicity and the purity of his intention to serve him. He became very pleased with that Brahmana. Then he personally washed the feet of that Brahmana, and instead of putting it on his head, he drank that water. And he said, I am very much satisfied with you. So this is the principle which Ramanujacharya showed, service to the Vaishnavas. On another occasion, there was one of his disciples. His name was, actually at that point of time, Ramanujacharya was very strongly and fiercely preaching the cult of devotional service. And for that, he had to destroy Mayavad philosophy, which was very prominent and rampant at that time. There was Buddhism, and Adi Shankaracharya came and defeated Buddhism and established the scriptures. But in order to do so, he had to present a philosophy which was Channa Bauddhavad, covered Buddhism. That was almost similar to Buddhism, that Mayavad philosophy. So Ramanujacharya came, and this Mayavad philosophy and bhakti, they cannot go hand in hand. Because Mayavad philosophy says that the form, the pastimes, the abode of the Lord, everything is illusion. It is Maya. And just like you take one thorn out with another thorn, similarly you practice devotional service, you worship the form of the Lord in order to give up the conception of the form. They say like that. Just like if some thorn is stuck in our foot, you take another thorn and take out that thorn and ultimately throw both the thorns, because both are thorns. So these people say that you practice bhakti to the Supreme Lord who has a form, and ultimately you will get over the bodily concept of the life and realize that you are the Supreme Brahman, and then you can give up the worship to that form also. So this is like an insult to the Lord. They say that the form of the Lord is an illusion, it is in mode of goodness. So Ramanujacharya is very heavy on this Mayavad philosophy. Meanwhile, there was another person, he was very big logician, his name was Yagyamurti. So this Yagyamurti, he was a great scholar of the scriptures, and he was very deep rooted in this Mayavad Siddhant. He was expert in logic, Nyaya, like that. And he used to go from place to place challenging everyone for debate. And that you debate me on whatever grounds you want, and I will defeat you. And really he was very big scholar. Wherever he used to go, he used to carry a truckload of books of Nyaya and Vedanta along with him and go on defeating everyone. So when he heard that Ramanujacharya is preaching the doctrine of devotional service and converting everyone to the Vaishnavas, he was very alarmed. He thought to himself that if at all Mayavad philosophy has to flourish, I have to defeat Ramanujacharya. I have to defeat him and defame him. Unless I do that, Mayavad philosophy will be condemned. So he went to Sri Rangam and challenged Ramanujacharya that you claim yourself to be the Acharya of the Vaishnavas, you have to do debate with me. Ramanujacharya was very humble. He said that I am such a low person, I am a small person, and you are such a great scholar of the Nyaya. How can I debate with you? I accept my defeat. Ramanujacharya did not want to do unnecessarily debating with anyone else. If you see Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, one of the points, one of the 64 limbs of Bhakti, which Rupa Goswami mentioned is Vyakhya Vad Vivarjanam. Don't do unnecessarily debate with anyone. So Ramanujacharya did not want to do debate for the sake of debating. So he said, I accept defeat at your hands. You can go and tell whomever you want. But Yagyamurti, he was not satisfied with this. He said, if you accept defeat at my hand, then you have to become a Mayavadi sannyasi. And you have to preach Mayavad to all the people. Now this Ramanujacharya could not accept. So Ramanujacharya, he had no other option left. He had to debate. But this man, he was really a great scholar, and tough competition was going on between both of them, Ramanujacharya and Yagyamurti, and it went on for 17 days. And no result came out of this debate. At the end of the 17th day, 17th night, Ramanujacharya, he was very morose, he was very despondent because he could not defeat this scholar for such a long time. And he went back to his ashram, and there he started praying to his deity of Devraj. Devraj was the name of his deity, Lord Narayan. And he started praying to Lord Devraj that from 17 days I am trying and I am not able to defeat this scholar. If I am not able to defeat this scholar, then the Vaishnava philosophy will be discredited. Thousands of the people who are now taking to the devotional service of your lotus feet will be deviated from the Vaishnava Siddhanta. And they will be engulfed by this Mayavad Siddhanta. Please show me the way. Tell me what to do. As he was praying to Lord Devraj at that time, Lord started speaking. He said, Ramanuja, don't worry. Tomorrow you will be victorious. No matter what, don't be fearful. So as he heard these words of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he became very happy, and he got filled with the spiritual emotions, with bhakti towards the Supreme Lord, and he was very jubilous, and he slept very peacefully that night. And the morning when he got up, he straightforwardly walked to the place where this person Yagyamurti was staying. And that morning he was radiating effulgence from his body. He was so effulgent. He was feeling so much of ecstatic bliss because Lord Narayan has personally counseled him and told him, don't worry, tomorrow you will be victorious, don't be fearful. So as he walked towards Yagyamurti saw the change in Ramanujacharya. Last night when he left, he was very sad, very morose, very despondent with a gloomy face. But today morning when he is coming, he is so effulgent, so radiant. He was radiating that bhakti within himself. So Yagyamurti thought to himself, what am I doing? I should surrender to this person. So without any debate, Ramanujacharya said, so are you ready for debate? So when he said, without any debate, he fell at the lotus feet of Ramanujacharya and said, I accept defeat. I want to become your disciple. I have been practicing and preaching this Mayavad philosophy for so long, but now I am tired of this. Now please accept me as your disciple. I want to become a Vaishnava. Like that. So Ramanujacharya initiated him and gave him the name Devraj Muni because of the name of his deity. So after some time, 4 Brahmanas came to Ramanujacharya to accept initiation from him. And Ramanujacharya sent those 4 Brahmanas to Devaraj Muni. He said, actually Devaraj Muni is very great scholar of the scriptures, and actually he was very great scholar. He had such deep and profound understanding of the scriptures, and when he got the right understanding of the Vaishnava understanding, he really became a learned Vaishnava scholar. And he wrote many books on the Vaishnava Siddhanta. After that, 2 prominent books of Devaraj Muni are still very prevalent amongst the Shri Sampradayas. So Ramanujacharya said that Devaraj Muni is very prominent scholar of our Sampradaya, and he has a great devotion towards Lord Narayan. So all 4 of you go and take initiation from Devaraj, like that. So all these 4 Brahmanas, they went and approached Devaraj Muni that Ramanujacharya has send us to take initiation from you. When Devaraj Muni heard this, he ran towards Ramanujacharya and fell at his feet. And he said, don't test me now. I have been already being an ocean of false pride. Wherever I used to go, people used to fall at my feet. They used to come and worship me, honor me, wanted to take initiations from me. But now I don't want all of this. I simply want to remain a simple, humble servant at your lotus feet. When Ramanujacharya heard this, he was very pleased and told Devaraj Muni, I send those 4 of them to test you, whether still do you have any iota of desire to become spiritual master or not, like that. So, like this, Ramanujacharya taught through his disciples. On another occasion, Ramanujacharya went to Sri Shaila, Tirupati, and on the outskirts, there was a village where many of his disciples lived. So when Ramanujacharya reached the outskirts of that village, he sent 2 of his disciples to one of the disciple who was living there. His name was Yagyesh. He was very wealthy and he had a lot of wealth. So he sent the message to these 2 disciples that I am coming there, please arrange for my stay and prasadam there, to that Yagyesh. As soon as Yagyesh heard that our spiritual master Sripad Ramanujacharya is coming to our home, he became extremely happy. And he started arranging for welcoming the Acharya. And in that arrangement, in the preparation of those arrangement, he completely forgot to respect the 2 disciples of Ramanujacharya who had come there. He forgot that, and almost he neglected them. So when these disciples came back to Ramanujacharya, he asked that how did he respond? Those 2 disciples told that, oh, he was very happy to know that you are coming, and immediately he started making arrangement to welcome you. Then the Acharya asked, how did they receive both of you? They said, oh, he was so busy, he forgot to receive both of us. So Ramanujacharya became very angry. He said, I will not go to his place because he did not respect both of you. Rather, Ramanujacharya chose to go to the house of another disciple. His name was Varadaraj Acharya. And he was very poor. He did not have sufficient food to eat, and his source of income was begging. He used to go and beg from door to door, and whatever grains he used to get, that he used to eat for the day. And he was very nice devotee, and his wife was Lakshmi Devi. This Lakshmi, she was very chaste lady, and she was very beautiful also. So Ramanujacharya decided to go to the house of this Varadaraj Acharya. So at the daytime when Varadaraj Acharya was not there, when Ramanujacharya reached there, only Lakshmi was there. And Lakshmi, as soon as she saw that her spiritual master has come, she fell at his lotus feet and gave him proper seat and water, and asked and said to him that, Guru Maharaj, please take your bath. In the meantime, I will prepare for prasad. But the household was very poor. She went and saw in the kitchen, and there was not even a grain of rice at that time in the kitchen. She didn't know what to do. Meanwhile, there was another wealthy merchant who was very lusty, and several times he tried to seduce Lakshmi because she was very beautiful. And Lakshmi, she was very chaste lady. She, although her husband was very poor, and she did not pay any heed to his request. But this time she was thinking that actually our spiritual master Ramanujacharya has come to our home. How can we send him without feeding anything? So from the back door she went to the house of that wealthy merchant and told him that tonight I will fulfill all your desires, provided you give me all the items for making a big feast for my Guru Maharaj. He was very happy and he agreed. He sent all the items for making a feast for Ramanujacharya, and she got all the items and prepared a big feast for Ramanujacharya. And when he came after bath, he offered all that feast to Ramanujacharya and all his disciples. All were very happy because the prasad that was cooked, it was cooked with love and devotion by Lakshmi. And but they were also shocked that how come Varadarajacharya is not here, and in the absence of her husband, how come she has prepared such a big feast, although the household is very poor. So they were shocked to know all this. In the meantime, Varadarajacharya came and he also saw that such a big feast is going on, and he was also very happy to see Ramanujacharya eating all this. But when the feast was over, he took Lakshmi to side and asked that how you have prepared all this, and we did not have even a grain of rice. When Varadarajacharya asked Lakshmi, Lakshmi hung her face in shame, and as tears rolled down her eyes, she told Varadarajacharya what had actually happened. She told the entire thing. When Varadarajacharya came to know about all this, he became very happy and he started dancing. And he said that I have such a chaste wife, I have such a chaste wife. You see, the only Purush in this entire world is the Supreme Personality of Godhead Narayan. And the spiritual master is the representative of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So, in order to serve Shripad Ramanujacharya, you have done all this, so you are an embodiment of chastity, Varadarajacharya told his wife. And then he took his wife to Ramanujacharya and told the entire thing like that. Ramanujacharya was shocked to know what has happened. But he gave all his remnants first to Varadarajacharya and Lakshmi and fed them his remnants. And then told Lakshmi that you take my remnants and go and give that to that wealthy merchant. The Lakshmi packed all the remnants of Ramanujacharya in a box and went and handed over the remnants to that wealthy merchant, that my Guru Maharaj has sent all this, you should eat this. So he ate all of it. But as he ate the remnants of Ramanujacharya, his heart changed. All those lusty feelings and greedy feelings went away from his heart and he became transformed. And he fell at the feet of Lakshmi and begged her forgiveness, that for so long I was trying to seduce you, I was trying to send female attendants to you to come to my palace, and I will give you the best of the foods and best of the clothes and such a luxury life. But you did not pay any heed to my request. You are such a chaste lady. Now I have to worship you as my mother. But I have a request that please take me to your spiritual master. By eating his remnants, I have become purified. So Lakshmi took that wealthy merchant to Shripad Ramanujacharya, and that wealthy merchant became the disciple of Ramanujacharya. And later he wanted to give a lot of wealth to Varadarajacharya and Lakshmi, but they refused. They said, no, we are happy with this. We didn't want to become proud with the wealth, so we are happy with our situation. We want to remain a humble servant at the feet of our spiritual master, like that. So, at another occasion, Ramanujacharya was with his spiritual master Mahapurna. Mahapurna, he was very old, and Ramanujacharya, although he himself had thousands of disciples, personally he used to go and serve Mahapurna, like that. So, on one occasion, Mahapurna was talking to Ramanujacharya, and he told that nearby in a town lives Goshti Purna. He has such love and understanding of the Vaishnava Siddhanta, Vaishnava philosophy, and he is an ardent devotee of Lord Narayan. You should go and take some teachings from him. And he has a special mantra. You should also learn that mantra from him. Go to Goshti Purna and take that mantra from him. His spiritual master ordered Ramanujacharya. Ramanujacharya went to that place where Goshti Purna used to live. And he offered him his obeisances and told him that Mahapurna, my spiritual master, had sent me to you in order to take the mantra from you. Goshti Purna said, actually that mantra is very secret and it's very powerful. I have to think before giving it to somebody else. In fact, till now I haven't given it to anyone else. And in order to give you, I have to think. So you come some another time. So he did not argue and came back to Sri Rangam. Again he went. Again he said, come back some another time. This happened 17 times. One time, Goshti Purna came to Sri Rangam to attend the procession of Lord Ranganath. And in that procession, Lord Ranganath himself spoke to Goshti Purna through the Pujari. Pujari said, you should give that mantra to Ramanujacharya. Goshti Purna replied, but that mantra is very pure and sacred, and one needs to have qualification to receive that mantra. So the deity spoke through the Pujari, you don't know Ramanujacharya. He has a caliber to deliver the entire world. So you should give that mantra to Ramanujacharya. So when Goshti Purna returned back to his home, again 18th time Ramanujacharya went to Goshti Purna. And this time Goshti Purna said, yes, I will give you that mantra. But that mantra is very secret and it's very powerful. Secret in the sense that it needs qualification to receive. Unless one has a tinge of material desires within the heart, one is not qualified to receive that mantra. But you are extremely pure. You are quite fit and competent to receive that mantra. And one who receives that mantra, as soon as he chants that mantra, he will be transferred at the end of his life to the abode of Lord Narayan, to the Vaikuntha. And he will attain the service of the Lord. So it's very powerful. So this is very secret and very powerful mantra. I am giving this to you, but you should not give it to any unqualified person. Like that, Goshti Purna told to Ramanujacharya and gave him the mantra. That was in his ears, the secret mantra. As Ramanujacharya was walking from that place towards Srinagar, he saw thousands and thousands of the people on the way, and he felt a lot of compassion for them because people were busy in their daily material activities, and he was thinking people are wasting their time and not worshipping Lord Narayan. So he made a decision. He went to a place in the nearby temple only. He went to a place, an elevated platform, and started shouting from there, all of you come here, I have a treasure to give to all of you. So when people heard about treasure, people gathered. And as people gathered in large number, thousands and thousands of number, Ramanujacharya told, I have a very secret and powerful mantra. And this mantra is so powerful that if you chant this mantra at the end of your life, you will go back to Vaikuntha and attain the service of Lord Narayan. So I am now giving you, all of you, this mantra, all of you hear very attentively. And from an elevated platform, in a loud voice, he shouted, Om Namo Narayanaya, like that. And everybody repeated, Om Namo Narayanaya, like that. And then again he said, Om Namo Narayanaya, and everybody repeated. And then he said, Om Namo Narayanaya, and everybody again repeated, Om Namo Narayanaya. 3 times he said, and then he was very happy that everybody has received this mantra and everybody will go back home, back to Godhead, to Vaikuntha, and attain the service of Lord Narayan. And he wanted to thank Goshti Purna for this. So he again came back to the house of Goshti Purna. But when Goshti Purna, before Ramanujacharya came only, Goshti Purna, he started hearing the tumultuous roar of this this mantra that was now being chanted all around him. So when Ramanujacharya came, he was outraged, Goshti Purna, and he started shouting at Ramanujacharya that how dare you have spoken this mantra in public. I told you not to speak in public, to give to only some competent person, and now you have spoken this mantra in public. You are very condemned. Just get lost from here. Don't show me your condemned face. You are not a person of honor. You have failed to keep your vow. Get lost from here. And because of the offense which you have committed now, you will have to suffer in hell, birth after birth after birth. He told to Ramanujacharya. Ramanujacharya was not even slightest disturbed. He folded his hand towards Goshti Purna and said that, my dear sir, you have given me this mantra and it is so powerful that one attains the service of Lord Narayan. But as I was going back to Sri Rangam, I was seeing the pitiable condition of the people all around me. They were busy in the materialistic affairs, wasting their life. So I felt that if all of them can get this mantra, they can chant this mantra and go back home to the abode of Lord Narayan. And if all of them can go back to Vaikuntha and attain the service of Lord Narayan, it is worth the price than an insignificant fool like me going to hell for birth after birth. So as Goshti Purna heard this, he was shocked. Such a compassion, such bhakti. He folded his hands and asked forgiveness from Ramanujacharya. He embraced Ramanujacharya and told, now I want to become your disciple. Never I have seen such compassion, never I have seen such bhakti. When Ramanujacharya heard this, he fell at the feet of Goshti Purna and said, you will remain my spiritual master eternally. And I am very grateful to you for giving me this mantra. And despite my committing offense of neglecting your words, still you have embraced me and forgiven me. I am very grateful to you. Like that. So in this way, there are many pastimes of Ramanujacharya. At one more pastime I will narrate. So he has one disciple, and the name of the disciple was Kuresh. So Ramanujacharya, as he was spreading the Vaishnava philosophy and preaching very boldly and defeating the Mayavadi philosophy, he earned many enemies. So at one point of time, the king of the Cholas, his name was Kolubandar, I think. Some name is there. I read and forgot. I think Kolubandar. So this king, he was a Shaivite. Actually, the entire dynasty of the Cholas, they were Vaishnavas. And they used to worship Varadaraj in Vishnu Kanchi. But this one particular king, he became Shaivite. And he had a minister. He was very shrewd, that minister. And this minister was the disciple of Kuresh, the disciple of Ramanujacharya. But somehow he deviated from the Vaishnava philosophy, and he instigated the king that if you want your kingdom to worship Lord Shiva, if you want Shaivites to be prevalent in your kingdom, then you have to call and defeat Ramanujacharya. And if you cannot defeat Ramanujacharya, persecute him, kill him. Unless he is there on the surface of this planet, the Vaishnavism will not stop. And Shaivites won't flourish. Like that he instigated the king. And the king also was fool. He ordered his soldiers to go and bring Ramanujacharya for a debate in his court. Like that. Now, when the soldiers of the king went to Sri Rangam, to the mutt of Ramanujacharya to call him for a debate, Kuresh understood that how malicious the king was. And he fell at the feet of Ramanujacharya and he said that I beg you one benediction, that your life is very precious. You are like the jewel of this planet. You are spreading the light of Vaishnavism, light of bhakti towards Lord Narayan in the entire surface of the planet Earth. So you please don't go. I will go on your behalf. You give me your clothes and you take my clothes. Like that. The king has never seen you. He doesn't know how you look like. So when Ramanujacharya heard this and saw the sincere request of Kuresh, he agreed. So he gave Kuresh his sannyasi garb, the sannyasi garb and his danda. And he himself wore the white cloths of Grihastha and fled away from the back door. And the king also summoned his guru, Mahapurna, Ramanujacharya Mahapurna. But Mahapurna told that I am too old to flee now, so I will also come along with you. So Kuresh, wearing the dress of Ramanujacharya, sannyasi garments, with a danda of Ramanujacharya in his hand, along with Mahapurna, went to the assembly of that king. And that king started speaking to Kuresh, whom he was thinking is Ramanujacharya, that you see, Lord Shiva is the supreme. Nobody is superior to Lord Shiva. Shiva is even superior to Vishnu. Like that he told. Then Kuresh, he replied that even Drona is superior to Shiva. So Drona and Shiva at that time were the units of measurement. So like one Drona is equal to 3 Shiva at that time. Measurement of the weight. Like it was the name of the measurement. So when the king heard this, he was outraged that how dare you blaspheme Lord Shiva. Like that. And then all the pandits in his court, they started charging at Kuresh, giving him various arguments that how Lord Shiva is supreme. Kuresh and Mahapurna, on the basis of the scripture, completely defeated all those arguments. So when the king came to know that we cannot defeat him in debate, he ordered that he has insulted Lord Shiva, he should be punished. But when the king was a small boy, his sister, she was caught by a ghost. And many other pandits came to free her sister from that ghost, but nobody was successful. Ramanujacharya came at that time, and he chanted the holy names of the Lord. And by that chanting, the ghost went away. So the king thought that he has saved the life of my sister. I should not kill him, but I should torture him and punish him. So he ordered his soldiers to torture and punish both Kuresh and Mahapurna. And the end of this torture was to poke their eyes. So they were tortured very brutally, and at the end their eyes were poked. Meanwhile, Kuresh was very happy that he could do this service for his guru, Ramanujacharya. He was very, very happy, and he was very jubilous. So they were tortured and their eyes were poked away, and while they were returning back to Srirangam, Mahapurna, he was very old, and because of their extreme torture and because of their blindness, he could not take it up. So he fell on the road, and with his head in the lap of Kuresh, he said to Kuresh that when you meet my disciple Ramanujacharya, please offer my millions of obeisances to his feet. And saying like this, remembering the lotus feet of Yamunacharya, his spiritual master, he left the body. Mahapurna. Meanwhile, Kuresh, he went back to Srirangam, and Ramanujacharya had fled to another place called Melkote. So Kuresh, along with his wife and 2 children, he went to Melkote to meet Ramanujacharya. And there Ramanujacharya saw the condition of Kuresh, and he was very sad, very sorrow. He told Kuresh, immediately you should go to the deity of Varadaraj and ask him back your eyes. So Kuresh, on the order of Ramanujacharya, went to Vishnu Kanchi, where the deity of Lord Varadaraj is there. Varadaraj, he is very expert in giving the Vara, the benediction. Var means the benediction, Da means the giver, bestower, and Raj means the king. The king of the giver of the benedictions is called Varadaraj. So he went to the deity of Varadaraj, and he started singing beautiful songs for the pleasure of the Lord. And the deity spoke to Kuresh that, Kuresh, I am very happy with your service. You can ask me anything you want, and I guarantee you I will fulfill that. Kuresh said, my disciple, that minister of the king who hatched all this plot, he didn't know what he was doing. Please forgive him. This Kuresh said to Varadaraj. Varadaraj said, I have already given that benediction to you. So next day, again, Kuresh went to the temple of Lord Varadaraj and again started singing beautiful prayers in the service of Lord Varadaraj. So again, Varadaraj spoke to him. My dear Kuresh, you can ask any benediction from me, and I guarantee you I will fulfill that. Then Kuresh said, that king who was so malicious to my spiritual master, please forgive him as well. So such is the heart of the Vaishnavas. You can see. So Kuresh said, yes, Lord said, yes, I have already forgiven him. Then meanwhile Ramanujacharya came to know that what Kuresh is doing. Every day he is asking something else, but he is not asking right. So he sent a message to Kuresh. And he said to Kuresh in that message, what do you think? Is this body your property? Your body is my property. Those 2 eyes, they belong to me. So you do not have the right to neglect my property. I ask you that I give you now I give you the order that tomorrow you go to Varadaraj and tell to him that Ramanujacharya is asking his eyes. Like this he wrote. And again next day he went and he was singing beautiful prayers in the service of the Lord. And Lord again told that you can ask any benediction. And Quresh very humbly told the Lord that I had two effulgent jewels that were the property of my spiritual master, but somehow I lost it. Please give back those jewels to me. So Lord Varadaraj started speaking that my devotees, they are very dear to me. They do not know anything other than me. So I also don't know anything other than my devotees. They, whatever they ask me for my devotional service, immediately I supply to them. Hearing these words of the Lord, Quresh, he became unconscious in ecstasy. And when he came back, he was able to see with his eyes. And his eyes came back like that. So, like this, Ramanujacharya lived in Sri Rangam for many, many years. There are many, many pastimes of Sripad Ramanujacharya. For more than 60 years, he lived in Sri Rangam. And he had a life of more than well over 100 years. Wrote many literature, at least 9 prominent books he wrote. And he initiated more than 700 sannyasis. And he had 74 initiating gurus under him, like that. So, and he preached the message of devotional service unto the Lord unto Lord Narayan. And Srila Prabhupada tells that our philosophy of Achinta Bhed Tattva philosophically is very close to the philosophy of Vishishtatvait of Ramanujacharya. Philosophically, it is very close. Although we come in Madhva line, but our philosophy is almost very similar to Ramanujacharya's philosophy. So he was giving a lot of lectures in Sri Rangam, and his final days were coming. And when his final days were coming, he was asking for forgiveness from his own disciples. He was asking for forgiveness from the pujaris, because he was very strict in the deity standards. So many times the pujaris didn't used to like him. One head pujari even became envious of Ramanujacharya and wanted to poison him. On couple of occasions he tried, but he was unsuccessful. So some pujaris didn't used to like him because of the strict standard he has set for the deities. So at the end of his life, he started to ask for forgiveness from those pujaris, from his own disciples. And they were crying, why are you asking for forgiveness from us? We have got everything from you, like that. So final day when he was about to leave, he gave a lecture. He gave katha to his disciples and all the people who were assembled there. And he arranged for a wonderful feast for all the devotees. And then while he was laying in the lap of one of his disciples, whose name was Govinda, who was his sannyasi disciple also. So his lap was there his head was there in the lap of Govinda, and his feet was there in the lap of another disciple. And he asked for the slippers of Yamunacharya. And meditating, gazing on those slippers, and amidst the kirtans and the Vedic hymns were being chanted, he left his body. Before leaving his body, he also gave instructions to all his disciples that all of you serve Lord Ranganath with all your life and soul. With ultimate sincerity and devotion, serve Lord Ranganath. And cooperatively, you should live among yourself. So these two things should be your greatest pleasure. If you see, Prabhupada also told the same thing, cooperate amongst yourselves. But Ramanujacharya also told the same thing, that serve Ranganath and cooperate among yourself. That will be the greatest pleasure, like that thing. So today is the disappearance day of Sripad Ramanujacharya. We owe to these acharyas because they have shown us the path towards the practice of bhakti. So after he passed away, his body was laid down in samadhi there only in Sri Rangam. So there is a tale that after some days, the body came on the top and it turned into a deity. So that deity is still there in Sri Rangam. If you go there, you can take the darshan also. So his disciples, they were very aggrieved, and some of them wanted to commit suicide. But earlier only, he had forbidden them to do so. When he was living, he made his own deity. At one point of time, he asked that, make my deity. And he embraced that deity and breathed upon that deity and asked that deity to be installed in his birthplace. neither. So that deity is also there. And when that deity was being installed, yes, this deity is there. I think this is of Samadhi. Samadhi deity. This is a Samadhi deity. Yeah. So he ordered, the other deity ordered it to be installed at his birthplace, and on the day of installation, that deity, it cried blood in that day, to prove that is actually Ramanujacharya. So today is his disappearance day. We should pray at his lotus feet to give us some devotion to the Lord. Particularly, Ramanujacharya preached pure devotional service. And Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took these two things, two principles from Ramanujacharya. One is the unalloyed pure devotional service to Lord Narayan, that is untainted by jnana and karma. And second thing is service towards the Vaishnavas. Service towards the Vaishnavas. So we should pray at his lotus feet today. Okay. Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Samved Gaur Bhaktivinoda ki jai, Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. I have one comments.
Okay. Yes.
To increase the taste in Tattva, I want to tell you, I heard from the senior Sri Vaishnavas. Basically, my family in Sri Vaishnava. That's why they give the name Rajasekhar and Sepulsekhar Alvar. The Goshti Purna, when first time Ramanujacharya visited there, Ramanujacharya said, I am Ramanujan, came. So Goshti Purna said, when I died, you come. The I means Ahakar. When I died, you come.
Yes.
When the Ahankar is died, you can come. So every time Ramanujacharya cannot understand. He visit every time. He said the same. I am Ramanujan coming. So when I died, you come. The 18th time Ramanujacharya somehow realized, then I am your servant Ramanujan came. Then he accepted to give the Mahamantra, the mantra.
Okay.
Om Namo Narayana.
Okay.
This is I heard from the senior devotees.
Yeah.
I want to share with you.
Yeah. Very nice. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Yeah.
Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,